I'm sorry I'm late, everyone. I wanted to get this. I forgot about getting this. Oh, look at this thing. I got it at Mystery Wrestling. You can watch the replay, twitch.com/Eviluno. Made for me by a fine young man named Matty Jackson. Let me, the light here works. Look at this thing. Look at this. The on-air sign, the shoes. Look at this, is incredible. The cup, the on-air sign, the notes, my watch, my pen. Look, it's very, very Prometheus and Bob. Isn't this incredible? I can't stop looking at this. It's so hideous yet amazing and wonderful. It's outstanding. And the cross legs, yes, and it's clay. I'm gonna ruin it. But anyway, thank you to Maddie. You know, I've waited so long for one of these. He would make them because he's from the area, Ottawa, Ontario, all that kind of thing. And he would make them for years. I've waited for this for decades. This is all I ever wanted. All I had to do was stop wrestling. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program. It is Sunday. It's here, making coffee in my underwear for you. Let's look at them. These are beneath ones. They have a little ball pouch, which is uncomfortable. But they got this nice rainbow gradient. And it makes me happy. It's the many moods of me. You know, I start here. I get to here. It's fantastic. I'm all discombobulated because of the thing. Let me get my French press sorted here. There it is. I'll move it over here. Isn't this exciting? And I will also say, if you have not already, make it appointment viewing today to watch the latest AEW with, I never thought I'd say it, now I'm saying it, Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko is on AEW. The comments are basically, I never knew he could speak. I've been a wrestling fan for 30 years. This is the most I've ever heard him talk. I had no idea he was funny. The secret is out. I don't know why he sat on this secret for like 50 fucking years. The man's very funny. The man's very acerbic. You need to watch it to believe it. You will not understand. Go watch, go like, go comment, go share. I'll send it to Dean's family. I'm sure he doesn't want to watch it. But salute the man, tribute the man. Enjoy it. Go, please. It's very important that you do that. It's a part of your wrestling history that you do that. Christine said good morning. Melissa said good morning. Aaron, Mia, V said good morning. Nail said that's amazing. I missed where. Oh, sorry. I'm so far. Let me start at the beginning. Prisma said good Sunday, RJ in chat. Nice to see you back in Studio A. Has the road been kicking your ass? Yes, it has. And it's not slowing down. My sleep is just so out of whack. But I'm okay. I don't mind. We're gonna figure it out. This week we're in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and then Springfield, Massachusetts, and then the week after that is Grand Slam. So, and I have more things around Grand Slam, which I'm sure we'll get to at a later day. Everything's good. Vanessa said, good day, friends. This week we're linguistically traveling northwest of New Zealand. As such, wishing happy Sunday to all those convened to watch RJ in his Dolna Obliqa. It's Macedonian, of course. The fake Greeks, the RC Cola of Greece. Thanks, Vanessa, who I saw and who was on the Mystery Wrestling show. She beat up some people and had faded tights. So that was delightful. You can watch all that again. Julie said, afternoon, RJ said, all the way from West Sussex in the UK. I was never there, and I'll never be there. Miss Andy said, good morning. Mike said, good morning. Amy said, good morning from Central Pennsylvania. Prisma said, awesome job at Mystery Wrestling last week. RJ, your commentary and time travel was on point. Did you enjoy yourself? Vanessa, you did great too. Did I enjoy myself? Relative to how much I can enjoy myself at an indie show, yes. I was exhausted. Nug was there. We drove home after. The last 30 minutes of the drive, I just tapped out. I was totally, completely, utterly delirious. I was not making any sense at all. That's how tired I was. Because we did all out, and then you take an early morning flight to Ottawa, and then, but it was great. It was nice seeing people I had not seen in so long, and to confuse more people. I made $30 on merch. How could that be bad? V said, good morning, RJ and First. Hope you well. Neil said, that's amazing. I missed the where and who would Trump. Matty Jackson, he was in Ottawa. He's always at Mystery Wrestling. Did a tremendous job. He does all of these. This is beautiful. Mr. Scott had joined the Key to the City. I don't know why, Mr. Scott. You have a very ominous profile picture. Nevertheless, sir, thank you for joining. Enjoy all the perks and exclusive bullshit. Red Dog said, good morning, RJ and everyone. Rainbow Bright Underwear. Nice tea towel. Thank you. Amanda said, good morning, sir. Hello, friends. Zoel said, good morning. Cult. Kendi. Leo. Nell said, welcome, Mr. Scott. You now share our grudges. You can never leave. These things happen. Bill said, good morning. Mr. Scott said, the latest AEW, the Borscht belt meets the Cruiserweight belt. Dean's got jokes, and he's not afraid to write. And watching it back, I realized how many jokes I missed. That's the technical acumen of Dean Malenko. Leo said, when are you dyeing that hair black? Never. Why do you wear Sopranos clothes? They're just clothes. Nail said, I'm one of those surprised by Dean being hilarious. You go in thinking, how good could this be? And it's better than anything you've ever imagined before. Leo said, when are we getting an RJ figure? Well, the micro brawler. We think you got a fucking micro brawler. That's honestly, if I die tomorrow, that's going to be it. And that's okay. Mia said, Grand Slam is on my birthday. Well, and it's not for you. Dead Sea said, good morning, RJ. I'm heading out today to spend a month driving around Italy. Good luck and gas up. B said, I'm glad you were not the driver. I love Mystery Wrestling. The finale was great. Mia said, you're great on the show. Mikey said, did you get to hang out with Psycho Mike? Barely. But what do we need to talk about? I got to watch more. That was the important thing. Kendi's been a member for 20 months. Happy Sunday. Hope to see a picture of you and the Rod Serling statue one day. Where is that? In Albany, New York, I think? They just did the Serling Fest last week. I think it's in Albany or somewhere else in New York, upstate New York. I do want to see that statue. I've been to Willoughby, of course. Leo said, who is your favorite fictional character in WCW NWO Revenge? I loved me Brakowski. You could not beat Brakowski. I would want, they're good characters when you want to see them for real. I wished Brakowski was real. That would have made me so happy. Didn't he go like, wasn't that him? Or is that Dan Hassan? I'm confused now. Here's a request from someone who I thought would stop participating. Harley Cameron said, you have a pig, but not, she wrote, you have a pink, but not just any pig. You have a prized pig, and you must take it to the fair, but first it needs to be washed. Sing about it. Of course. Let me just take a sip. Of course. Fucking of course. Okay. You're a great pig, aren't you? You're gonna do great at the fair, aren't you? Yes, but there is one little problem. Let's sing about it. You're my prize pig. You're my prize pig. I'll take you to the fair. He'll take you to the fair. You're my prize pig. I'm his prize pig. On the way to the fair. On the way to the fair. But you need to be washed. I need to be washed. He has to be washed. He's filthy. Wash him in the fair. For if you show up and you are not washed, you will not win the prize. If you're not washed, you will not be washed, and you'll never win the prize. Oh, I must be washed. He needs to be washed. I must be washed. I need to be washed to show off my size and win the prize. There you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Hold on. I got to shut this off here. I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's all over the place. I'm not well prepared today. Fucking piece of shit. Vanessa said, damn you, RJ, my tights aren't technically faded. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Mia said, yes, Grand Slam is all about me. Leo said, are you familiar with the Figures Toy Company figures from the 90s and early 2000s? They look like bone-crunching action figures. Got a Greg Valentine and it looks perfect with my bone crunching. Can I tell you something, Leo? In all honesty, recently I've thrown out bringing in Greg Valentine to AEW again, just for my own sick perversions, I guess. I was just walking around going, "Hey, what about that Greg Valentine?" I'm trying my best. Bill Wood said, "Mystery reminds me of Chikara. There are certainly elements, but I was never in Chikara, so there's one difference." Dear All said, "Good morning, pal. Good morning, blue sky pal that looks suspiciously like future London Lightning." Well, I look like him now, too, And then I'm sure as he gets older, he will look more like me now. Melissa said, "We need an RJ action figure with a Hey W set so we can have pretend interviews with all our other action figures." That was sort of soft pitched to the Jazzwares people, and they laughed too hard about it in like a bullying way. Like, there's no fucking chance. Like, it wasn't jovial. They couldn't even give me the decency of like, we'll think about it. So go complain to them. James said, "Mia, you're the new Tennille Dashwood," whatever that means. Mikey said, "AKI Man was my go-to fake character. They maxed out his stats." Leo said, "Makes me wish Greg Valentine had a run during the Attitude Era." Wasn't he like in WCW then? And what you realize, what I have realized is, especially when you go on YouTube, those guys, when the Attitude Era was on and they were out, like they were on the indies. It would be like Greg Valentine against Hercules would be main eventing an indie show. And I'll tell you what I also found, and I'll put it in my YouTube picks probably. I found a match from like 1997. It is Luther against Sabu. People don't know this, and this is probably for another day. Luther had a tremendous indie career, and in Japan, he did a lot. I think FMW did a lot of death matches. He was a hardcore, no fuck around guy. But it was also like right before like the online boom. So some of it is hard to find. And then you stumble upon it and you're like, this is fantastic. James said, "Today's AEW became my new favorite episode. Previously, it was Minoru Suzuki." Nell said, "Let's sing about it." Julia said, "What wrestlers did you watch when you were growing up that made you want to become a wrestler?" Well, with Roddy Piper, Bobby Heenan, Rick Rude. I loved a good Rick Rude. Let me pour some of this. I loved your Hogan and your Andre just like any other kid would. Randy Savage. Does that work? Is it enough? Miss Annie said, "If nothing else, Harley is creative." Red Dog said, "That'll do, Harley. That'll do." Silver said, "I'm so glad I came in here right now." V said, "That pig song is giving away Sweeney Todd." Mia has a request. "I'm having another surgery on Tuesday. Can you do a song to make sure the surgeon finds the problem to fix me?" Of course I can. Doc, be careful with that knife. Dun, dun, dun. Doc, we have to save a life. Dun, dun, dun. If we don't find what's wrong, she'll be here in strife. Doc, where you going with that knife? Dun, dun, dun. Are you cutting over here? I don't know. Are you cutting over there? I don't know. Where do you want to cut right now? I don't know. You can't just cut anywhere. Doc, where you going with that knife? Dun, dun, dun. Doc, we have to save her life. Dun, dun, dun. If we don't, she will be in strife. Dun, dun, dun. Doc, where you going with that knife? I don't know. Are you licensed? Probably not. Are you licensed? I'm doing my best shot. Are you licensed? And who cares if I'm not? Are you licensed? Maybe she has a knot. Doc, where you going with that knife? Dun, dun, dun. Doc, we have to save her life. Dun, dun, dun. If we don't, she will be in strife. Dun, dun, dun. Doc, where you going with that knife? I'm healed. So much better than the pig song. Lauren said they should let Harley book an episode of Dynamite. Yep. Leo said, "I want Greg Valentine on AEW so badly. I can't believe we lost out on Jesse Ventura. Fuck him. Which is good. Now I can have heat with him. So whatever." Dead Sea said, "I think Valentine gets his wigs from Mercedes." Leo said there was a WCW championship match between Giant and Greg Valentine. Of course there was. Miss Andy said, "In that era in WCW, Greg Valentine used the same theme that the Hollywood Blondes used, which was previously used by Jake Roberts." They did not give a shit. Leo said, is there a better dark match than Crash Holly versus Vic Grimes or Aaron O'Grady versus Key? No. That match is fantastic. Right time, right crowd, and then never really materializes into anything for Vic Grimes. Bill said, I was a fan of SD Jones. He had a great action figure. Nail said, oh my God, this is the best song ever. Leo said, have you seen the figures collection Bone Crunchers? They did an Ultimo Dragon and Sonny Ono 2-pack and made 3 versions, and they were so good I bought all 3. I believe that's where Blue Meanie has his Bone Crunching action figure. It must be. Who else has them? And I think there's a Jeff Jarrett too. Steven said that should work. Mia said, I love this. V said, Mia, is Doctor I don't know comforting you? Leo said, have you ever seen the John Tenta dark match on SmackDown from 2001? Yes, I have. It's fantastic. And my understanding is that was one of his students. I think he opened a school for a little bit, and that's why that happened. But he was in fantastic shape, and most people don't. They often forget that he was Golga in the Oddities that whole time, which is a story for another day. Bill said, would you do a song about booking Harley? No, I would not. Mike said, Valentine told a story about how his hair was tested by some company. Something about how he never lost it, never went gray. We need a deep dive on that story on his Hey W. From behind, he's doable. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. Miss Annie said, do you have the SD Jones figure? I had the one in the yellow shirt. I had the one in the red shirt. And when I saw a yellow one for the first time in person, my mind was blown. Same with let's talk about LGN figures for an hour. The short hair Andre with the one black singlet, I never saw. It was like I had like 20 Jim Neidharts and like there was no Bret Harts, and I had to track down the Bret Hart. The Tito Santana, the one I had was the purple tights, and I never had the white Strike Force tights, and I found it, and I was like, this is incredible. Never had. I can tell you the figures I didn't have because I looked for them forever. Never had a Hacksaw. Never had a Haku. Never had a one-man gang, which was very frustrating because I was crazy about him. Never had a Big Boss Man. I think there was also a Warlord that I never had. Never had the Miss Elizabeth. Had the Vince. Had the Jesse. Had the Mean Gene. Had the Gorilla. Had the Bobby Heenan. Loved the Bobby Heenan. Had a Kamala. Had the most common Kamala. Leo said they did an amazing Blue Meanie figure. I have it. Nail said clip it and play it for the Dr. Mia. It might inspire them. Leo said I love the Oddities. Mess Annie said I wish I could forget that Tenta was Golga. But first of all, Mess Annie, let me defend the Oddities. They were so over. Go watch. I think it's them against Kai and Tai at SummerSlam in New York, Madison Square Garden. So over. Robert Maye is also fantastic. So's Luna. So you really only have to deal with Silva, who doesn't do that much anyway. But the gold of the work is still there. I don't know why they gave him a Cartman doll. Leo said, do you know who Neil Breen is? No, I don't. Manuel said, how did Sylvia celebrate her 20th? Oh, my God. So thank you for reminding me. Sylvia is now 20 years old. Is she? She's not even here. She's upstairs. Does not give a shit. Someone sent from PetSmart a robotic fish that flops around that you put catnip in and some treats and another fluffy, feathery thing. I have no idea who it is. There was no name on the packaging. There was no note inside the box. If it was you, please tell me because she already ate some of the treats. And now she only wants those treats and it's upsetting us. So I want to thank you and then yell at you. Bill Woods had the same SD Jones figure. Dead Sea Live said, holy shit, I sold my LGN carded collection last year and I made $10,000. That's ridiculous. I don't even think I could part with it. That's shit I'm going to have to like dump on my niece. Walter said, hey, RJ, I will watch the Hey W with Dean Malenko. Well, that's one. Julie said, was Sylvia spoiled rotten on her birthday? I guess. She always is. It doesn't make a difference. Miss Annie said, LGN made an Axe figure but didn't make a Smash, which is so fucking mean and frustrating. British Bulldogs. I think there's one with Matilda that came with Matilda. Am I crazy? I think so. The Jake figure I had, I loved when the poses were shitty. Like Jake's is like this. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? And then the worst is Jesse Ventura. Can't do anything with it. James said, "Did you have the Andre figure as Giant Machine?" No, I missed. I was too young for all the machines. Harley has not a fucking request. I agree and like that suggestion. Do a song about booking Harley. I should do a song about banning Harley and ban her from the chat. She's so talented with all she does. She can do it all so well, and because she is talented in every way, she's incredible. That's what they all say. But there's one problem. But there's one problem, and it's messing her up. When she's in this chat, she won't shut the fuck up. Why does she talk? Why does she speak? She wreaks havoc at the end of every week. The requests are obscene. They're not meant to be seen. They are often unclean. But she's talented. Oh, so talented in all she does. If I saw her less, it would be because she would have learned the appropriate amount of distance to keep from bothering everyone instead of throwing money at me like someone she would call son. She's so talented. There you go. A song without a melody. So there you go. Mia said, I love how chill Sylvia is all the time. What do you want to do, Mia? She's a fucking cat. Christine, I sent the robotic fishing treats. I fucking knew it. This is probably from Christine, but I did not know for sure. Thank you so much. It is incredibly kind of you. Is she responding to the fish? Not yet. We're working on it. Mr. Scott said, why do they give John Tenta Golga a Cartman doll? I would say because South Park at that time was enormously popular. It was South Park and Attitude Era. Like that was it all the time for a lot of people. So they thought, oh, it's funny like how protective they are with like, intellectual property. You can't use this anymore. But like when shit's popular, they will cling to it for their dear lives. I don't think the South Park people mind it either. Sean is late. Jesus Christ. Good morning to you. Mike said Neil Breen makes unintentionally terrible movies. Most are on YouTube. Mikey said, I'm finally getting to show my son Star Wars. If you had a child, what would be the movie you would be most excited to show them? Well, I will say my niece loves Pee-wee now, which is great. I got her Cherry, a little plush Cherry, and she loved it. And then I was like, hey, this is a thing, right? And then you put on Pee-wee's Playhouse and just like, what? What the fuck? How can you not enjoy that show? So as a kid, it was nice to see her enjoy it. So young. And it's great. I think the one upside about babies is you get to show them things that they don't know about. And they get to see from, for the very first time. She doesn't know how Planet of the Apes ends. She's too young for it. If we can keep her away from spoiler sites until, 6 to 8 years old, and then hit her with the original, she doesn't know how any Twilight Zone ends. You're just going to blow this kid's mind every week. Also likes The Wizard of Oz now, which is great. Could you imagine? Can you just, because I don't, it's so weird. There's certain movies like Planet of the Apes, Wizard of Oz that like you hear about and you see commercials for and advertising and toys and stuff before you saw the actual movie. So you knew what you were getting into. But, imagine sitting someone down and just hitting play and just, I have no idea what this is. And just blowing their mind. Like, that is like the best. Miss Annie said, I got the British Bulldogs together with tag team belts. Well, great. Like Mikey, back to your point. Oh yeah, they did have tag team belts. I have it in a box. I have a 2-pack tag team thing of Hogan and Hillbilly Jim, which has there's a little hole in the plastic. I don't know if I should get it fixed or sell it as is, but it's probably it has to be the most expensive action figure I own. I bought it for like $75, like 15 years ago. But back to even Star Wars, which I'm not that crazy about. But I knew about Luke, I Am Your Father before I even saw the fucking, you know what I mean? Like there's some things that like society ruins shit for you. And not in like long legs. You got to see long legs. It's just like, there's so many movies, even Jurassic Park. Oh, could you imagine? This is kid's mind's going to be one. Leo said, do you have any of those Jesse Ventura dolls from when he was governor? I do not, but I want them now. Daryl said, I was a kid during the age of the LJN Solid. Missed my place. Solid rubber figures and had the large ring with the ropes that launched things. Those ropes, the whole ring is not to scale, which is a little frustrating, but it's a fantastic ring. It really is. I had one at my grandparents' house. Like I had duplicate sets because I could not live without them. I played with those forever. Emmanuel said, who is your favorite Dean on TV? Well, let's exclude Dean Malenko, who you need to watch on latest AEW right now. I liked Dean Kane for a period there. Then there was a huge drop-off. Dean. Well, I guess I would have to go with Dean Martin then. I think that's fair. Yeah, that's a very easy choice. Mia said, Harley is the sister that RJ wished he never wanted. Mr. Scott has a request. Thank God. Someone else with a request. RJ promo class. Cut a heel promo using only Paul Simon lyrics. You pick the opponent. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Hey, Greg Valentine. I got a message for you. I met my old lover on the street last night. She seemed so glad to see me. I just smiled. And we talked about some old times and we had ourselves some beers. Still crazy after all these years. Still crazy after all these years. I'm not the kind of man who tends to socialize. I seem to lean on old, familiar ways. And I ain't no fool for love songs that whisper in my ear. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. 4 a.m, crapped out, yawning, longing my life away. Well, I'll never worry. Why should I? It's all going to fade. Now I sit by my window and I watch the cars. I fear I'll do some damage one fine day. But I would not be convicted by a jury of my peers. Still crazy. After all these years. Oh, still crazy. After all these years. Leo said, I want Harley to have a freaky gimmick with a man older than her that she calls son. Jesus Christ. Mia said, what's the cheat meal for today? I have some, I think, flat bagels. And I have strawberry rhubarb ice cream. It's dairy-free. It's coconut cream, but I'm very excited. Harley said, RJ, do you wish I was your sister? Imagine the fun we would have had if we were related. It would have been great. I sometimes look back at my childhood and go, if only she was there. Did you have a rough period? Did you have a rough childhood? We are working out the kinks? Because you're so smooth now. You're so put together now. I wondered if your childhood was rough. James said, Russo booking Mr. Scott. Remember when he had Beetlejuice from Howard Stern in WCW? That was great. Ryan James Loxton said, hey, EW, how's it going? What do you want me to say to that? Aaron's been a member for 52 months. Can we get a little? They're playing our song on this fine day. Yes, we can. Okay. All right. Hold on. I love this song. I just don't want to fuck up the song. Here we go. Oh, they're playing my song. Oh, yeah, they're playing my song. And when they're playing my song, everybody's got to shh, shh, shh. Don't say a word now. Listen to that sweet melody. I'm happy to say in my own humble way, every perfect note of that was written by me. Oh, they're playing my song. That table's humming along. That couple half out the door is coming back to hear more of my music. At first, I thought this place was a dive. I chose it in haste, but they've shown they got taste as long as they're playing my song. Who would have known 9 months ago I would give birth at my piano? In all honesty, I've got to admit, I knew the song would be an international hit. Oh, they're playing my tune. Too bad it's ending so soon. But then we all got to go. It's good to know that they'll be playing. Oh, God, I'm praying. They'll be playing. They'll be playing my song. I'm sorry, you were saying? They're playing our song. And it hurt my throat. It's a good one. James said, what about Dean Douglas? What about him? Miss Annie said Simon Dean, obviously. Mr. Scott said the LGN ring was called the Sling'em Fling'em Wrestling Ring. I think there was a cage add-on, but I never saw it anywhere. There's a part of me that thinks, like, is it just like in the Sears catalog they would put the cage, figuring, we'll make this, and then they never did. There's a lot of things like that, and a lot of like unreleased figures or alternate designs come out in those catalogs. They would do them so far in advance, and then things would change. Aaron said, happy cultiversary. Everyone's just jacking each other's off here. Leo said, I love when MJF hit Dean Malenko, and JR said he just hit a 60-year-old man with Parkinson's disease. Are you serious? Cuddly said, hey, good morning, sugar lips. Daryl said, you can call me Al Snow. Nell said that promo worked brilliantly. Yeah, of course. Mia said, I can never guess who will be on Hey W with your clues. Well, that was one where I'm like, I had no idea it would happen. I was shocked. I was stunned. Rob said, all this time I thought this was a song arguably just winged on the spot, not an actual song. Oh, they're playing my song. It was a Neil Simon musical starring Robert Klein and Lucy Arnaz, who was Desi and Lucy's daughter. So that's why it holds a special place in my heart. You need to look it up. They're playing our song. You need to watch their performance of this from the Grammys. Not from the Grammys, from the Tonys. And the Emmys are on tonight. Are we getting one? Is AEW nominated? What do we have to do? I think we can do it. I think we can be the first wrestling company to do it. Will we? I don't know. Do I care? Not really. Do I think we can do it? Yeah. Christine's gifted 5 memberships. James, Daryl, Cuddly, and someone else. Red Dog and Molly all got membership. That's adorable. Nell said, yay, Christine. Thank you, Christine. Show Christine your niece to show our gratitude. Let's see if we have more pictures of my niece. First of all, here's a nice picture of Sylvia taking a nap. So you can see her head is here. She likes to sleep on her head. Oh, this is a good one. Huh? She's Italian, if that's not obvious to anyone. Here's her and their dog. That's fun. Oh, yeah. Isn't this is adorable. The dogs are always so good with the babies. Think they would rip their faces off, but no. And here's her playing with my micro brawler in the bath. So I hope that's enough for everybody. Scott gave $2 to say he met Effie. Well, congratulations to you. That's why you're so wealthy and you're being so generous about it. And that's what I appreciate the most. Meeting Effie would absolutely be a $2 experience. Mia said, man, where is David? I'm supposed to talk to him. I'm going to message him today to ask him about something. I'll let him know. I was probably tending to his animals. I think he's doing some conventions. I think he's filming stuff. He's not dead. I assure you he's not dead. Prisma said, who's another AW person you'd be stunned to get on Hey? Well, the biggest ones, there were a lot where I was like, the most surprising ones I feel like have happened, but then they continue to surprise me. There's so many people who have not been on Hey. Okada, Yuka Sakazaki, MXM, Samoa Joe, Camille, I think would be very interesting. Christian, I think, is a big one on the list. Kenny Omega, Sting, Darby will also be very interesting. I'm trying to think who else. There's people with interesting lives who I think people need to know about. Layla Hirsch is a good example. Diamante, Shane Taylor Promotions, The Infantry, Premier Athletes. Hologram. Can I get Hologram on the show? Beast Mortos. Come on. CC Bama said AW hosts 2 Tonys. Electronic said, as you won't see it, MacArthur Park is featured in Beetlejuice. Well, thank you for letting me know. Mia said, you missed Nail's request. Do you have all messages on? What's Nail's request? I totally did not. I had the all chat on. I completely missed this. I just don't care about nails anymore. Happy Cultiversary to me. Can we get 60 seconds of you calling Dean Malenko's Get Fit line, but you want to learn the 1,000 positions? Play both parts. Hello? Hi. Is this Dean Malenko's Get Fit program? I'm sorry. You must call after 5 p.m. It is currently 4:59. Please call back later. And I hang up the phone and wait. Hello? Hey, what do you want? Is this Dean Malenko's Let's Get Fit hotline? Yeah, that's correct. How can I help you? Well, I mean, I would like to get fit. You're not fit now? No, not at all. No, not at all. So let's get it. Okay. Where's the best place to start with your body? Yep. Thank you. Learning that now. Is there anything I could begin to do on the phone? Yes, absolutely. Bend over. Got it. More. Okay, sure. And maybe pull down your pants. Yep. And then spread your yeah. Okay. Now take your thumb. Got it? And go fuck yourself. Goodbye. That was me calling the Dean Malenko Let's Get Fit hotline. Hope that worked for you, Nails. So worth it. Man said Robert Klein doesn't tour too much anymore. I wish he did. I would love to see him. But he's an intellectual. This is a lot. Still does a lot, I think, of like radio shows. Christine said, niece and Sylvia and Puppy Dog and playing with the micro brawler. I am deceased. Nails lips. Camille V said you should have Ricochet on Hey. Oh my God, of course. Cuddly Corey said Moxley. Hey, buddy. Cuddly Corey, Mox was our 100th episode. It's like at least 10 weeks ago. Go look it up. You can watch it right now. CC Bum said the Outrunners on Hey. They were on like 3 or 4 weeks ago. What the fuck? Well, so it's no one. I don't understand. There's people who are watching these and also not watching them. Mia said, just go to Kenny Omega's home. Rob said, let's get Shad Khan on the show. Get Layla Gray for AEW. Christine said, forever praying for Zack Sabre Jr. Me too. Leo said, what is the worst British export? Charlie, XEX, or what culture? Can you stop being so British, Leo? Come over to this side. Do some research here. Neil said, oh my God, this is brilliant. It's like Dean is really here. Cuddly said, if you close your eyes, you can swear he's there. He cares about you. V said, Leo, the worst British export is colonialism. Prisma said, what's the cheap treat for today? I think ice cream and bagels. Cuddly said, I feel like my life is spiraling right now. Yeah, it was pretty big news at the time. Leo said, Charlie is the worst British export since colonialism and James Corden. Scott had $2. Say his name and RJ appears making coffee. That was worth it. Cuddly said, I can't believe I missed that. Fling self downstairs. Mia said, oh, wow, you all need to do your homework. There's so many other people on the list. Scotty Too Hottie is with us. Chris Hero would also be very interesting. Neil said, I don't think he has all on. He's caught up but missed a lot of random comments. Maybe I just don't want to read it. It says top chat. I'm turning it off and then turning it on again. No, I didn't miss shit, Nails. Oh, fucking calm down. Maybe it's you. Maybe there's something wrong with your chat. God said Mortos would be great on. Hey, V said the Von Erichs. Thank you. Leo said, you strike me as a fan of Charlie's music. I could not. If you showed me her face, I have no idea who it was. And it's not a slight on her. That's a me problem. CC Bomb said, were you ever chatting with an AEW wrestler and a fan came up and they asked you to take the photo? Multiple times. Neil said, maybe I have too much chat. You're right. You know, one time, and I felt really bad about it, and then I didn't feel so bad. David, last time we were in Nashville. No, we were in Nashville like 2 years before this. And me, Dalton, and David went to the arcade, as we often like to do. And people came up to Dalton and I and were like, oh my God, you're back. So I guess, especially when like the show is in town the next day, you'll have wrestling fans around. Maybe they travel in, maybe they whatever. So they're like, oh, I love your stuff. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, oh my God, do they not recognize David? That would be horrible. And he's like, you know, by the way, this is, and then they were like, oh my God. And I was like, thank God. It would have been rough. Would have been sad and rough. David was happy. David was happy to see that. I had to suffer a lot through spending time with David. People come up and say, See Spot Run was my favorite movie. Like, what a fucking piece of shit. Me said, get the Ring of Honor commentary team on. Hey. Neil said, I bet you watch David and Dalton have so much fun at the arcade. They'd be a hoot. I mainly played. If there's skee ball with the wooden balls, I'm gone. Give me a stack of quarters and I'll see you in a few hours. But I said, did those fans only recognize David as a former WCW champion? They only recognize him as Charlie Weaver's grandson. Cuddly said, ooh, that one cool AEW security guard, Cheesecake, was also kind of already on the show. Leo said, get Bobby Cruz to do the Ronald Reagan impression on Hey. I think Bobby Cruz and I are going to go see that Ronald Reagan movie. All I have to say is, put your politics aside. Scott Staff as Frank Sinatra. Sold. Scott said, I just pre-ordered your Upper Deck AW card. It's number 100 out of 100. The irony was not lost on me. We want the graphic, damn it. So, I don't know how that works. Let me see. I guess if they're orderable. Let me see. There's a checklist here. Let me see if I'm on the... I'm actually on this. I would love to see a picture of it. Here's the base. No. Not in this list. It's got to be like an extras list. Tag teams and trios. Oh, here we go. Crew. Okay. So, I'm in 2024 Upper Deck checklist. It includes 100 total cards. There's 70 wrestler cards. There's 20 tag team cards and 10 crew cards. I'm in the crew cards. I'm a gaffer. A total of 11 different parallels are available in hobby packs, including the first AEW Outburst cards. Photo variants, base design. There's memorabilia cards available. So there's definitely ones where I've signed so that my autograph is available on the card. There's also one where I like wore a shirt and then they cut up the shirt. I think I wore a white hay shirt. I would love to fucking see these. There's Technique by Taz, offers insight from the commentator wrestling legend, MJF retrospective, other inserts. There's posters, We Are Global, Flying Through the Air, and AEW Retouched. I have no idea what that is. Upper Deck Wrestling cards at a glance. So there's 12. You can just buy the whole box, I guess. It's probably the best way to go. What to expect in a hobby box? 3. Okay, so the base set checklist. I'm 100 out of 100. I'm in the crew section. From 90 to 100, it goes Prince Nana, Excalibur, Don Callis, Mike Posey, Mark Sterling, Paul Turner, Renee Paquette, Taz, Bryce Remsburg, and me. Do I have a photo variant? No, I don't. Let's go back. This is a whole list thing here. There's autographs. Is my autograph in here? Yes. So there's an autograph variant, I guess. Memorabilia. Let's see if the memorabilia thing is here. Yes, there's 5 memorabilia cards. I've lost my spot. Hold on. Inserts. I don't even know what it is. Acetate. Checklist. I don't have a poster. Breakout. What is this? This is so confusing. Day with the Bell. Dazzlers. Am I on this at all? Fly Through the Air checklist. Gaming cards checklist. No, not on that. Level B. Am I on level B? Level C. MJF retrospective stepping into the ring. Technique by Taz. I'm not in that either. Total access check. I'm not in that. UD canvas checklist. Also not on that. We Are Global. These are people from outside of the country, I guess. And then, even though Sting's on it. Okay. So, yeah. 2024 Upper Deck. Lily Crew. Is this from the... This has got to be it. Yeah. So, you can get it on the Upper Deck website. Good luck with everything. I don't know how this shit works. But I would love to see what the card is and what they say on the back. Would make me very happy. Thank you for reminding me about that. V said, I'd like a Nyla Rose episode on her own. She was never on solo. No, she was not. And I should rectify. Leo said, do you remember David Arquette on My Name is Earl? No, I don't. I just remember him on Blossom as a drug dealer or a fake ID salesman named David Slackmere. Nell said, wait, what? There's an RJ card? Apparently so. Leo said, also, Dennis Quaid and Harley are dating. Congrats, guys. Neil said, how do I get one? Just fucking told you. James said, Carrie Silken for AEW. Bump up to the top of the list. Don said, is there an error card calling you JR City? You know, Mark Sterling, he's always said Mark Long Sterling. So it could be. Scott said, yes, they're on eBay. A friend who's into cards sent it to me. Leo said, why don't you show the nice people the Dennis Harley photo I sent you? It's so deep in my chat now, Leo. Neil said, I don't know anything about actually collecting. I get mad when collectors jack prices up. I don't want to collect stuff to sell it be valuable. I just want stuff with my favorites' faces on them. I would say just buy the box of this. I don't know what you do with them. Leo said, I saw Nick Cave at the train station in the way to All In. Well, he certainly didn't come to the show. Miss Andy said, Malachi Black hasn't been on Hay. Has he? No, he has not. Efren said, hi, RJ. Did you see the Jane's Addiction video? Yes, and it was so enjoyable to see people fight who I didn't like anyway. All right, you got to do a fight. Fun for me to watch because I had the right amount of emotional detachment from them as people and their music. Did not stir one negative emotion in me. V said you should eventually have Hook back on Hey now that he speaks. Hasn't he said enough? Nell said, found a regular card. I'll send it to the cult group chat. Can you send it to me? Can you like DM it to me? I want to see what it looks like. Would be nice to know. Please. Just send it to me. I need to be added to that chat. Leo said, what about showing the people the interview you did with Alex Jones? Well, I made some statements in it that I really want getting out. Christine said, Upper Deck card won't ship to Canada. Well, fuck. What do we do about that? I'll ask. I'll message someone who seems to be in the know. Red Dog saying, I never got into My Name is Earl. I remember TBS used to show reruns of it and Big Bang too much. God bless syndication. Just spamming it. Nails said, it's not the picture, it's just for pre-sale. Oh, I see, Nails. Mess Annie said, there's a group chat. I see how it is. Well, Nails, now you've offended people by not including them in the group chat. They have a right to discuss things just like you do, Nails. It's really bad business. Christine said, Mia, you're wonderful. Leo said, did you ever hear that voice note I sent you of your Alex Jones interview? Yep. Red Dog said, also Cougar Town, which is awful and had a lazy theme. I'll have you know that David M. Courtney produced Cougar Town. So, he's twice to blame. Sean said, it's just a group Twitter DM sort of made on a whim one day. So I guess we don't have to get too excited about it. What fucking pertinent secret ass information is in there that would not be easily divulged here also? So is my other question. Leo said, why are you never amused by my nonsense? It's just so much. I like Clive Anderson. I like the Clive Anderson bit. And you pushed it, Leo. You pushed it too far. You got into Kyle. What the fuck is that guy's name? It's not Kyle. Is it Kyle Edwards? Yes, it is Kyle Edwards. I'm thinking of, do you remember when we all were enamored with fucking John Edwards? Do you remember like the year and a half there where everyone was like, this is the guy. If you want to talk to ghosts. Efren said, if the microwave and refrigerator are behind you, what is your right arm being held on right now? None of your business, Efren. It's a little personal, don't you think? Efren is delightful. Efren has a plug your game show. I don't know where you can find it, but he does game shows with wrestlers, and he's also a fan of Karen Jarrett, which says a lot about him. I don't know what, but it's a lot. Massani said, Kyle Edwards, WWE's name for Arda Ocal? No. Okay, so it's not Kyle Edwards. It's Jeremy Kyle. Jeremy Kyle was a shitty British talk show host who was like hot there and then bombed here. And John Edwards was the guy we loved speaking to ghosts. And then, who's the other one I'm thinking of now? Kyle Edwards was Arda's name in WWE. Julie said, favorite meal and dessert. Favorite meal is a margarita pizza. Thin crust. Well done on the bottom. Favorite dessert. I like this Honey's ice cream in Toronto. It's been delightful lately. Christine said, I felt blah this morning. Now I feel less blah. Thank you, RJ and chat. I didn't fucking do anything. Christine's been a member for 37 months, and she's just now starting to feel better. Carlos said, why are you afraid of Maven? I went eyebrow to eyebrow with that guy, and I gave him the what for. Susan said, not John Edwards. I voted for him. Oh, yeah, remember that guy. Leo said, Jeremy Kyle was awful. Absolute dick. I saw a thing where he got, like, somebody threw, like, a card at his head, one of the guests. Miss Andy said, Danhausen just posted that he's delayed at the airport and isn't doing a Q&A. Well, good, because there's nothing I want to ask him. Red Dog said, John Edward. No S. Oh, sorry. Jeff said, just watched the new Hey W. Outstanding. Sophia said, RJ, are we ever going to get MXM collection on Hey? Ask them. My chair is open. V has been a member for 9 months. Thanks for adding sass and whimsy to Sunday mornings. Sundays have been so unwhimsical for so long. Air said, what's the iconic Tony Shalhoub role? Bro from Men in Black, right? Not Monk or anything else. Monk is great. I love Monk. I also, love Wings. It's where I first fell in love with him. What was that movie? It's him. Paulie, which is it's just him and a parrot. It's very good. Isn't there a movie and is it him and Stanley Tucci? And I shudder to say Stanley Tucci, where they're chefs. And they're making a big meal. Is that him? Is he in that? Let's go through the IMDb. Oh, he looks so handsome. Here we go. Hot Happening filmography. Galaxy Quest. See, these are good. I'm happy that. Let me throw out some good ones. I'm happy this is reminding me. Barton Fink. Adam's Family Values. He was the sailor. Totally forgot that. Gattaca. The Siege. The Imposters. I'm thinking of The Imposters. That's what he's in. It's Oliver Platt and unfortunately Stanley Tucci before he started blowing himself. Paulie is the wonderful movie about just a parrot. Primary Colors he's in. Galaxy Quest is good. 13 Ghosts is a ride. The Man Who Wasn't There is actually quite interesting. Made Up, The Imposter, Man in Black 2, a lot of Spy Kids, Party Animals, The Last Shot, Against the Ropes. No, that one looks awful. Naked Brothers Band, the movie. He's the voice of Luigi in Cars. Feed the Fish, How Do You Know? Pain and Gain. Wasn't he in one where isn't there a movie where there's a movie. It's called Heist. Isn't it called Heist? Let's see. No, I'm thinking of Pain and Gain. The Assignment, Final Portraits. His first. Now we're moving on to TV. He was on Monsters. Oh my God, Monsters was great. I gotta watch that. He was on Wings for 8 years. He was on Dinosaurs. He was the voice of Jerry on Dinosaurs. I had no idea. Did a nice spot on Gargoyles, The X-Files, Frasier. Did a lot of voice work. A little bit on Ally McBeal. Remember when we were in love with Ally McBeal and John Edwards? Yeah, you get the gist. Efren said we played the game event match game. The $1,000 final match was wrestling blank. It has to be match, Efren. It has to be fucking match. Jesus Christ. Make it a little harder, will you please? Bags and injections. Safe to say we aren't getting meal and match again. Yep. Mike said Shaluba's fantastic in Quick Change. He steals the whole movie and just speaks gibberish. Contestant said wrestling god. Celebrity said wrestling ring. Leo said, did everybody have that weird, creepy kid at school that drank his yogurt? Yes. Nail said if he was blowing himself, he must have called the Dean Let's Get Fit line. Tucci is in Quick Change too. Well, I'm not watching it. B said, I love dinosaurs. Leo's complaining about bags. Red Dog said, the guy who played Brian on Wings played a shock jock on Monk called Monk is on the Air with Mickey from Seinfeld and Chris Farley's brothers, the radio producers. You're thinking of, I believe, Steven Weber, who next week we got to go through his IMDb. There's some great shit on the list. I think we need to take a second look at Dracula Dead and Loving It. Leo said, I know you hate the kid who ate his entire lunch was orange. He would have Cheetos and orange soda and orange freezes and just always orange in the corner of his mouth and like orange fingers and probably had red hair, which was really, really frustrating. Well, let's get a final look at these. Again, this makes it pointy, and I think that's incorrect. It's not pointy. I promise you, go watch AEW with Dean Malenko. Go watch it, go like it, go comment, go share, go tweet about it, go post it on Blue Sky and Threads. Just do it everywhere. He deserves your love and your attention and hope and joy and all of those kind of things. I don't, but I'm a conduit. He does. Let's do a little spin here. Again, it's not pointy. I'm sorry about that. In the meantime,